Hello and welcome back to Do So Confidently, where we are starting a brand new series here on the channel based on our adventures here in the Cuppa Java SMP. This server is not brand new. As you can tell, we have actually done a fair amount of work. I'm fully kitted. I like my blue pants. It's part of my theme. It is not because I don't have Dupree. It is because I like blue. But yes, this is the Cuppa Java SMP. This is a whitelisted server of content creators that we have gotten together and decided to have a multiplayer world treated sort of like a single player, but with community events, community help, just community. So yes, welcome to Cuppa Java. Now, I say that this SMP, I stream from here every Monday at 8 o'clock Eastern, 8 p.m. And we stream for 3 or 4 hours. And it's either building, adventuring, community projects, anything. Just depends on the night, depends on what needs to get done, depends on how you're feeling after a hard day of work. So yes, the majority of the work on this server will be done in stream. That happens over on Twitch slash Do So Confidently. If you find us over there, you'll get way more content. This series is specifically centered around building my base. This is my first ever actual working base that I am building, and I am very excited, but I am also leaning heavily on the inspiration of several other content creators and the help of my friends here on Cuppa Java. So as we're building here, you may see things pop up randomly. You may see someone come in and help me build. You may get snippets of conversation of frustrated measurements, and there's so much that I'm learning goes into this game, especially in the base building department. So that is what this series is going to be geared towards. So if you want the server stories and the server shenanigans, check out the Twitch channel. If you're cool with building montages and very light general shenanigans, then hang out here with me. I am learning, and learning always breeds fun. There's going to be screw-ups, there's going to be mumblings to self, there's going to be undos and redos, there's going to be pausing to go look up tutorials. It's going to be fun. Don't worry, you won't see the pausing looking up for tutorials, I promise. But I'm really looking forward to building this out. I'm going to do just a quick flyby over here. Our current goal with this base, let me come up here. I'm learning how to visually storytell. So if you come up here, this is our portal. We are actually really far away from the other Cuppa Javians. But from our base, starting with this portal, we're going to start telling a story of what has happened to this land. This land, my base, is going to be a modern style, so a lot of concrete and colored glass. Don't ignore the stone. I have mapped out some of my bigger farms and my storage unit. Those are not going to stay that color, but that is where they will live, most likely. I'm starting out with a villager house. I've started a ton of little things, and I haven't finished anything. So this is an adventure. That is also, by the way, that is my very first portal. First beacon. There we go. First beacon I have ever owned. So I only have the one, and I just pick it up and move it as I need it. So that's been an adventure. I learned, if you look down here, I learned about haste 2 from the beacon and a netherite efficiency 5 pickaxe. This made me very happy. I cannot wait to show you guys the story of this portal. It's going to be great. I'm very, very excited. Also, by the way, this is my first island in the sky. This is my island in the sun. And I'm actually, there's a few little blips, but I'm actually kind of excited about how it came out. I've never done a circle in Minecraft, and I did this freehand. So I am very, very excited with how this is coming out. this is not what's going to look like. Again, this is just a platform to get us started. This is going to be covered up, and there will be storytelling elements here. So yes, I'm going to show you, if you can see it from here. Now the shulker's going to, yeah, I covered it up with shulkers because this is my storage area. This is also going to actually get built up. It's going to have a bit of sorting. It's going to have shulker walls, and then you'll be able to see our beautiful logo mosaic floor that I have built. But until then, this is a chest monster. I have also just recently learned what a chest monster is, and pretty sure this is it. Yeah, this is it. So anyway, tonight what we are working on is we're going to build a mine shaft. We have not done any mining in this area. So I am basically, even though we've been on Cuppa Java since about February. It is now June. So we've done a lot, but I've changed base locations 3 times trying to find the area I wanted. I really wanted to be in a flower biome this season. I absolutely adore the flower biomes. They are so pretty. And even when I built that portal like 3 weeks ago, I had intended on building the base out that way, out into the flower biome. I'll show you why I could not do it. From up here, if you're looking, there's not a lot of, there'd be a ton of terraforming if I built out here. And I'm not a good terraformer. It's another thing I'm learning, but I felt like for my level of knowledge, this was a bit much. So I opted to have a flower fields view and turned around and saw this island. And this little island, well, it's mostly an island. It's probably more of a peninsula. But it ended up fitting the style of the build better than anything over here did. So I changed my focus. That being said, now that we have a focus, we have a tiny bit of layout. We need to make it home. We need to make it safe. Oh, yeah. We need to make it Chrissy proof because Chrissy's not good at this game. I should probably explain that. Let me get myself out of my own hole. I fall into my own pit all the time. I have only been playing Minecraft for roughly, if you go by date, it's been a little over 2 years. But to be fair, if I'm absolutely honest, it has not been 2 years. I played for about 6 months. I built a solo world. I learned the mechanics. I played on Bedrock because I only had the Switch at the time. I had a Nintendo Switch and that's what I was playing on. I learned the controller. I learned some of the mechanics. I learned by joining a fellow content creator's Patreon realm. And the community there, okay, let me try this again. My first day on Minecraft was not a solo world. It was a realm. And I streamed it. It's actually on this channel somewhere, buried deep in the files. Good luck if you want to go find it. It's a rough one, but it was, I stood on that server. I'm going to have to get over by a bed. I stood on that server and I learned how to move, how to jump. I had friends from my community and that community meeting me, with food and building materials, and we worked together and they taught me in just a couple of hours, in a few hours, they taught me how to play this game, at least roughly. And then right after I logged off that, I started a solo world because I wanted to try it. And I probably lasted about 6 months before I rage quit. I quit the game. I couldn't pick it up again. I had lost way too many sets of tools that I had worked way too hard to get. I had way too many jump scares. This creepers make me jump. They're terrible. They're so bad. I was finding basic resource gathering stressful. I just didn't like the game. And I enjoyed watching other people play it. So I took a break. I learned about a very well-known series here on YouTube, the Hermits from Hermitcraft. I started studying how they played the game. Granted, I understood that they've been playing for a very long time, and I had to fill in some knowledge gaps because they did not speak to the new players. They do not. They speak to the veterans. And I started picking up tidbits. And then I started watching Peter from the basement play his solo worlds, his Sunday long plays. And once again, he actually spoke to the new player. He was so much fun and so inspiring to watch and he made the game look mostly effortless, but not stress-free. He showed the nitty-gritty, and I appreciated that. And it kind of got the fire under my butt again. And so when Rothgar Gaming, also a YouTuber and a fellow Twitch streamer, when he asked if I'd be interested in joining an SMP if he'd created one, I kind of was okay with it. I was okay with it until we decided that we'd go Java. I had only played Java one time before, and admittedly, it was on hardcore mode, and that is also buried somewhere deep in this channel archives. I don't think I deleted it. I don't think I rage deleted it. I'm not sure. They should still be on the server somewhere. But I tried several episodes of a hardcore stream. I streamed it, and it was not pretty. I fumbled over the keyboard. The mouse controls were difficult. I could not switch gears. I could not switch items quick enough. You can't play with a controller. It was just, I hated it. I hated Java with a passion. And so when Rothgar said he wanted a Java server, I kind of not enthusiastically said, okay. I wanted to give it a try. I knew I could learn to game on a keyboard and mouse. I used to play games like League of Legends, so I know how to work a keyboard and mouse. It was the fast switching of the tools, especially in a stressful situation like getting dropped on by a creeper while you're in the middle of mining a block in a cave. Couldn't do it. I literally died to the stupidest things. But as we started planning out this world and we started building the community center over in Spawn, I started getting a handle on the controls, at least a fair bit better. You'll see I'm not great. I faceplant walls all the time with the Elytra. I drop things. I toss things. I trip over things. I fall into a ton of holes, but I've gotten so much better at this game, and I'm actually thoroughly enjoying it again. And so that is the story of my journey here on Cuppa Java. This base right here is my declaration of I am ready. I am ready to play this game officially. I am ready to play this server like it should be. I am ready to not be dependent on my server mates for help. I'm ready to not be dependent on the community farms that we have built together. I'm still going to use them. I'm not going to rebuild some of the really harder ones, but I am going to build some of the ones that I use the most. A creeper farm, a sugarcane farm. I've got ideas. I am so excited to really get better at this and to really stretch my wings as a builder, a content creator, because again, I'm not good at this. I'm learning. I am a noob. I love learning, and that is what we are here to do. So, I figure I have I've talked enough. I've given you my life story, at least as far as Minecraft goes. Let's actually do something tonight. Tonight's project is the mineshaft. I believe I have already said that. Tonight's project is the mineshaft, and I have chosen this location right here to build the entrance to my mineshaft and to start the actual mining process. I have gathered some resources. I don't know if they're the resources I want. They're literally just all the shulkers of all the colors I could think of that might be cool in the build. I have not built this in creative. I have not drafted this out. I have not really learned how to draft out in creative yet. I've done it one time and I did like it, but I haven't had time since the decision to start this build. So I'm going to wing it. You'll see. It's not as bad. I am, however, going to do something even more challenging than building blindly, and that's I'm going to be building at an angle. Specifically this angle. We are standing as if we're almost in the entrance of the build going into that little hill there. So this is going to be a nice little creative challenge that I'm going to finish tonight. So without too much more talking your ears off, because I know I can do that, let's just start building and see what happens. Enjoy the time lapse. All right, well, I actually do like this a lot better. What do you think, friend? I think I have the sounds of approval. Or at least the sounds of, ooh, look at him, he's checking it out. Oh, and yes, we have a bugged out dirt block. It will eventually despawn. I tried to fly out and reset it. Will you get out of my chest, dude? You are not welcome here. Oh, well, he's kind of stuck here for a little bit. I will take care of him once I know I've gotten everything I want out of him. Yeah, we use the villager traders around here too. Yes, we do. They get what's coming to them. Door-to-door salesman, man. Let me tell you. Anyway, so I am actually really, really happy with how this came out. However, I know it is not absolutely perfect. I have struggled with the angles a bit. You probably saw in the time lapse. Just kept undoing, redoing, trying to make it symmetrical at the very least. If you have any suggestions on ways to improve this or add a little bit of detail or just, in all, just make it a little bit better, I will accept those. Leave them in the comments below. Or actually, the better thing to do is to leave them in the Discord. I have a link in the description. The Discord is where I am daily. So if you want to connect with me, the Discord is the place to do it. So I'm just getting tripped out by the buggy dirt block, and then this villager who's just doing his own thing. But yeah, so anyway, that is it for this episode. We have built a mine shaft. I will improve upon it as I can. But yeah, So one of the things I did not actually, I know I just said that's it for this episode, but one of the things that I cut out because I redid this is that I was really excited about the storytelling I was able to do with this a little bit. I need to tell a little bit more story, but you can see that they've been bringing up, the workers here have been bringing up the ores, they've been bringing up redstone. Of course, redstone dust, it's dust. It gets everywhere when you drop it, so yeah, they bring up redstone blocks, but it's spewing powder everywhere. We've got some dirt. We've got they have found the crying obsidian underneath, and I love this aspect of just it's slowly killing the grass around it. Wherever it sits, it's just getting kind of corrupted. And just some more dirt from the excavation. So I am relatively happy. I'll show you these real quick. So we have some actual storage that's not in use yet. We have our furnaces. This will be our drop chute and our bubble vader. So we'll get in and out of our mines as soon as we get those dug down to, we're going to go all the way down to Y is 6. So that's where we're going. And yeah, I am relatively happy with it. I wanted it to be rough because literally they dug into this mountain and created this area. So yes, it is rough. It's going to be rough, but it's also kind of crude. So the rest of the base is going to be modern. A lot of concrete, a lot of stained glass, just very modern looking. This outdates. This is here to outdate the, let's see, can I do this? Oh, I don't have another one on me. Oh, well. I'm missing one right there. You know what? While we're talking, I'll go get it. But yeah, so I wanted it to be very slightly different from the rest. Because mines are old. At the point that they've gotten concrete and stuff, they didn't really need the mine shaft anymore. But it's still operational because, you know, why not? It's stuff that could be traded or sold. So that is, I don't know where anything is at. That's what there we go. Just one, please. Thank you. There. But yeah. So it does look pretty cool. It's growing on me. The more I look at it, the more I love it. Definitely some room for improvement. That is fine. So yeah. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for putting up with the slowest build ever of 2 stalks and a roof. But yeah, I'm so excited with the things that I am learning and the techniques and tricks and tips that I have picked up. So if you've got any tips or tricks for me or any critique or any ideas of how to make this better, send them my way. I'll be looking for them. You guys have a great day. Bye.